Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we're playing Late Age Relay. Last episode, shit hit the fan with huge public nap endings, which is kind of weird, looking back on it. It's very, very rare that people do it in group chat. Normally that's like a private thing. That's probably the first time I've seen it. But I think they're like little, what should we call it? I don't know. They're like scared little children, right? And they don't want to go up into the big scary house unless there's like 6 of them. And then they're like all daring each other to do it. And then one of them finally does it and they're like screaming and yelling about it. That's kind of what's happening. Okay. So anyway, the question is, how the fuck are we going to deal with all this? It's going to actually, but the clamor is mostly, I think, for now at least, my speculation is the clamor is mostly clamor. The people that are fighting me are all engaged in other wars, except for one person, which is Pelagia, which I will curb stomp Pelagia, I think. Okay, so gems. I got a bunch of fire from Agartha, I sent him earth. Got a bunch of astral from Asphodel, I sent him nature. Got a bunch of fire from Asphodel and death, I sent him... This payment right here is for the Skull of Fire that I made. We got an Atlas of Creation from Arethia, this I paid 80 earth for. And we got some fire gems from Krieg, which I paid earth for. Apparently Krieg is selling things at not 1-to-1 ratios for a lot of people, and Earth is giving him very high ratios. So I actually should have asked for more fire than this, but we'll see. Okay, for site searching, let's do our thing. Strike, strike, 1 nature, strike, 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 strike. So not a very good turn for that. We found an oasis here, which is kind of nice. It gives some income and... Or is it supply, I think, and oh, hello, click thing. All right. Yeah, supply and water. But yeah, this turn was not, I don't think, a great turn for income. I mean, for gem income. That was okay. How was it that high, actually? We must have taken some provinces that had gem income. In terms of, there's a dire port that went up. This is Kaelasa putting up riches from beneath. And we have some battles. So Neefel attacks us here with a big stack of scary dudes. And of course murders my PD. We managed to kill a hurler. That's a small victory. We take this out, which was owned by Yomi. And we take this province, which was owned by... We'll go to this one. This province, which has a shit ton of income. We actually don't really want to fight this. We're probably going to retreat back into the water. I do want to have this for later, but we'll be happy to just raid it for a turn if he doesn't keep an army here. My dog just like slammed into the door. 1 second. Okay, so anyway, we'll raid it if he doesn't keep somebody here. And we also want to establish our claim on it. Jotunheim has... I mean, Utgard has pulled back. Utgard is pretty big. If I were Utgard, I'd be coming over here and finishing this, but... Maybe they have other plans. Maybe they're going to go on Vedheim. I have no idea. Okay, so that was that battle. He attacks here in Forbidden Fields, which is where I thought he would send a big army, but instead he sent just a tiny little raiding detachment with a pretty clever little script. Just summon Imp twice, and a small squad of skeletons. This is a very low commitment, and it probably had a pretty good chance of working. But I had 10 PD, not 6. If it was 6 PD, it probably would have worked. And my commander's a big fat beef tank, because this would have sniped the commander too. So anyway, it worked pretty well. It would have worked pretty well, but we defended. The Vedi Hag escaped, and then we attack here, ping this with the Turtle Chief. It just had a couple dudes. And then he does send basically this exact same script to raid over here, where I have my huge army. So he's going to get to see everything I'm going to cast, which sucks. I was really hoping he wouldn't raid this, but he's going to... This is the big thing. He's going to see we're going to vapor the shit out of him. And, I mean, we could do other things too, but this isn't going to trigger gem use, I don't think. How are these guys doing on fatigue, I wonder? Oh, they're looking pretty good. Yeah, these guys are going to be scary. And this guy, Ethereal. I didn't know they come built in with... Oh, wait. They don't have that much cold resistance naturally, do they? Let's watch this again. I keep forgetting which ones of these... Because they're all different, which I think is funny. Okay, yeah, they come with built-in cold resistance. So yeah, these guys are going to be really good. I should try, maybe I'll adjust the script to try to get these guys quickened. Because they're so good with quickness. Oh my god, they're so good. But I kind of want to get Winter Ward on people more. But I kind of want to get quickness on these guys as well. So we'll see. If I had more water mages, I'd do it. Anyway, this is happening, and he's going to see this, and we'll see how he prepares. He probably is going to have Enchantment 4. He has really bad research, but all he needs is Enchantment 4 to be able to do Poison Ward on his guys. And he's not going to have to field big armies like me. He's got small groups of Sacreds. So his Sacreds with Poison Resistance will do... I think we'll still chop them to bits if we have Cold Resistance. I think that's like the main X factor. Because we're also going to have Protection of the Void and other things. The other thing is, down here, Tian Chi has taken this fort from Yomi, and he has these guys who have these Auspicious Charms, which give them Twist Fate and a Sacred Bodyguard, so they're going to be hard to assassinate, sort of. I mean, these guys are big piles of shit, but I mean, it's kind of cool. They're big evocation bait, is what they really are. And a bunch of crossbows. He's gonna get so wrecked by me, guys. If I talk shit like this is how you end up regretting it. You, like, talk shit and then you lose. But I think it's gonna be like a, I don't know, like modern Rummy encounters, you know, tribal enemies. Okay, so anyway, he barely lost anything. Here's a pretty clean win. He's taken out Yomi's capital, which will probably, hopefully, soon be our capital. You ignore the warding on the runes, and you sit upon the elemental throne. A weak trembling is all that is felt from the surface. Probably ancient magics have faltered in the presence of your powerful aura. Yeah, we're about to get attacked by dudes. But fortunately, we've PD dumped the shit out of that. And we have forted it, so it can't get unclaimed. And then a bunch of other events happen. I don't think any of those are terribly important here. I think, what, units are horror marked. Awesome. I wonder if my god got horror marked. That would be quite unfortunate. We sent our... This is the other thing that didn't happen. We were expecting to maybe have a big battle here. I did a big PD dump. I hate myself every time I PD dump and it doesn't work. This seemed like the most predictable move. I'm committing a ton of stuff. We reaffirm that we're going to fight to the death in Diplo. I'm not salty about it. His options were give me the bottom half of the planet or fight me to the death. I think if he's trying to win the game, probably better to give me the bottom of the planet and go win a war, because he's not going to win this. But he's been playing, tactically he's been doing, I mean, like on the strategic map, the odds are so stacked against him, but he has been kind of outplaying me a little bit at the tactical level. He's been just playing really good, I mean, really good at the strategic map too. Just I'm way bigger than him. Like the mass of the economy behind me is huge. He's been extremely smart, in my opinion, with troop movements. And his scripting has been excellent. So he could totally, I believe he could maybe turn this around on me. I think it's going to be very hard, because we're going to jump in here on top of his capital and do some mean, horrible things to it. So he has moved this army out. He can still move it inside. He can also sneak. It's kind of weird. There's no boundaries around his capital, but you can kind of sneak this army into the capital if it has map move to, which it should, because these guys are really fast. So assuming he has proper leadership, he could get everybody here, and we could have a huge ass... Oh, I guess these guys can probably make it. Oh wait, how did they go? Well, they moved out from the capital. Or no, they came from here. Okay, these guys can't make it. Yeah, he's basically just got his guys in his capital. It'll probably be like 40 of these Therm's hurting, and I don't know, 100 giants and 10 mages is kind of what I'm expecting. I haven't actually deployed Foul Vapors, but he's seen I have the equipment and research for it. Because this fight, I think we used Protection of the Void, which I didn't really mean to, but I knew we could maybe bump Jotunheim if Jotunheim moved to stack here. So we actually spend gems here. This guy gets hit by weakness. Kind of funny, he's got stolen strength now. Anyway, these guys get wrecked. But, wait, did it happen or did it not? I got distracted by that thing from the void. Yeah, there it is. So you can see this aura traveling behind them. These guys have Okay, 1 and 3 has Astral Shield here. 1 and 3 has Astral Shield here. 1 and 3 has Astral Shield here. So it's pretty good. You would, in a really important fight, you'd probably want to cast it twice, is my feeling. That's what I think. But pretty good, because anybody that hits them and gets paralyzed is going to get the shit beat out of them by their buddies. So I don't know. We'll see. It's pretty good against thugs and stuff too, because the thugs will like kill normal units, and then the units that do have it on them, they will tend to make the thug get paralyzed, and then, you know, they have no defense, will hit more often, they're more likely to die, etc. So we'll see. This is going to be a really big fight, and if I lose, I'm going to be a very sad panda, but we'll see. It's going to be a crazy game, guys. And this is the thing, getting 3v1 super early when is annoying when you don't really merit it. The people could have attacked me earlier, and I think it would have been slightly justified. But people ganging up on me now, I'm actually not salty. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like very hard, but probably doable. I don't know. We'll see how bad I fuck it up. So movements for this turn. He could bring everything here. God, I probably should put a bit more PD if we're doing that, because I forgot he could bring this army here too. We're going to move here. I expect he'll just raid with these guys, and hopefully we can kill them. That's just the idea. Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of these long dead, so I'm hoping we can just kind of banish them. If I get up to 20, I believe I get a priest, which might be worth it if he's going to be attacking. Oh, no, I don't. It's only my, like, on forts. I think we just keep this at 10. It's not going to make much difference if I have a few extra PD if these guys... We will see. And maybe I scoot these guys forward a bit. A little worried about getting flanked, but... This guy back here, we'll keep these guys up front. Okay, I think that will work. Yeah, let's review this army we have coming in. So I've got these mercs, which is going to give me enough to 2-turn pop as capital if I don't have big losses fighting. I probably will have big losses, so it'll probably be a 3-turn pop, assuming we win the cap fight. I got my god coming in. He's coming in with above average HP, which is nice, because it will help him attract buffs. One of the problems, if he comes in really low, a lot of times the mages will buff other. He's got his trusty fluffer here, Zag Me, behind him. He's going to do quickness and then Winter Ward. And he's going to do Power of the Void, Empower Magic Beings, Power of Spheres, Life After Death, and Attack. I would actually rather do Darkness, but we don't have a research yet. We'll have it this turn. So we got 2 Winter Wards coming out here. This guy's doing 3 castings, and then this guy's doing Communion Master, which will link up with his slaves that come from his little mod item that gives him 2 slaves. And then Serpent's Blessing, and then Foul Vapors, and then Personal Regen. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty darn spicy. If he PD dumps the Serpent's Blessing and Foul Vapor... okay. The Foul Vapors will kind of murder his PD and make it run a lot faster. But if it's a really big, long battle, it will cause me some attrition, because I will take some chip damage from it. So that's just something we have to accept. Our Void Critters are going to be fine. I think most of them have either poison resistance or a big HP pool where it's not going to matter. These guys have a bit more than humans, but it's very possible I lose like 20 guys just from Foul Vapors. And the humans, the same. I position these humans at the sort of farther back because they're kind of not very good. I don't really want them on the front line because the front line needs to kill things reasonably quickly. If it doesn't, we kind of end up getting in a bit of trouble. But yeah, we're going on top of their cap. It's going to be spicy. I probably should if I can. I don't think anybody here can lead these. These are all magic beings. They don't look magical. They just look fucking... We're going to have to start getting more, and it always hurts to take a fort and devote it to illithid production like these guys, but we're going to need to. And that's what we're doing here. We're going to send these guys up here and start collecting some of this garbage. You have to stay on... With this nation, you need to stay on top of logistics. With any underwater nation, you need to stay on top of Dominion. And that actually brings us to another point. Look at the Dominion graph this turn. That is something... I don't know what happened last turn. We shat ourselves, but... jumped right back up this turn. And what the difference is we've been using a fair number of our Holy Twos. which it sucks to pull them off the research line, but we've got to go ahead and get control of our Dominion. If we don't, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in real. The other thing that's kind of interesting from the graphs this turn is Alkera killed a huge Vanheim army. They killed, well, score graphs. They killed, okay, this is the Vanheim army right here. Or Midgard. Yeah, they got wiped out. Absolutely punished. Absolutely punished. Yeah. So anyway, we're preaching. All these are about to turn, and we don't get any credit for getting rid of enemy candles, but we've gotten rid of a ton of enemy candles here, and they're about to go our candles. And because we have a Holy 2, when they are done preaching, they will get it up all the way to Holy 4. And at which point, you know, every single random candle that bounces our way won't mess things up. So that will be nice. Okay, let's make sure we finish Blandos, and then we'll move on. So yeah, the plan for Blandos, we're going to have a fight here. You know, potentially, if he was smart, he would know that I'm going to move here. Not smart. Lucky, smart, I don't know, whatever. He could guess I'm going to move here, bring both forces. If he brings everybody, he might win. Which would suck, because then I would have to do some urgent defense of this, which I'm not very excited about. But we'll see. I mean, if I'm really worried about it, we could also put up... Oh, no, we could. Well, I could. I'd have to take some of the gems off this guy, but we could put up Solar Brilliance, which might be good. But the thing is next turn I'm going to have to defend this from TNG. That's why I don't want to spend gems this turn. And I think with his cap being put under existential threat, I don't think he'll send this army south. I wouldn't. But he might. Okay, so that's some movements over here. We've also got a magic phase attack coming in here. Here's the guy doing it. He has Ritual of Returning. We've put an Amulet of the Fish on him. He's got this. The risk is he gets hit by an arrow. Ideally, he had like some kind of Aerofiend item too. But he's going to do Summon Water Elemental, Body Ethereal, Summon Water Elemental. Though honestly, he probably could do like Twist Fate, Summon Water Elemental, and then Fire Closest. He has a double Enslaved Mind attacks. And then if he gets in close, he'll murder things. He's got Ritual of Returning. That's why I kind of wanted to get this stuff off. I mean, it may be better to do Body Ethereal turn 1. And that way a random arrow is less likely to send him back. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But what it will probably do... I don't think I have a way to give him Aerofend. No. What it will probably do is it's probably going... Where the hell am I? If he does a two-phase province move, like from here through here to here, to bring all the Long Dead to defend the cap, which I think is his best move right now, it blocks him from doing that. Because magic phase happens before normal phase, and if that is the only way you can get there, it's going to mess it up. So, anyway, that's what we're doing there. Otherwise, we're not really doing much on Blandos. TNG's Gods right here. And yeah, he just took this, so he'll be recruiting an army. We can actually issue attack orders next turn, which we'll probably start doing. I'm going to start using my cap-only mages as raiders. Speaking of which, I need to check what items I'm forging. Ring of Regen, okay, perfect. The one thing I don't have that I really want, is a Flesh Eater. And Krieg is not selling one to me, which is very weird, because I think he has the research. Very weird, but we should be okay doing that. At our capital, we're making 2 Shining Trapahedrons, and these things are sick, right? We had made one and we sent it off to Ulm. So anyway, that was payment they gave me. Normally I wouldn't make these for people, but EA Ulm has been a real boss. They sent me 2 hammers for free, and they were like, here, just have them. And I was like, I'm not going to just take them. I'll pay you something back cool for them when I get it, which is a trapezoid. So now they got it. They're probably going to be the only person I trade one of these to. It's basically like infinite assassinations. Eventually they'll come back and maybe hit, like, this can return and hit you. Or you can get sent off to the void. But we can block that with basically the same kit we're putting on people entering the Void Rift, which is give them Ritual of Returning, you know, maybe give them a shock chest piece, give them a Faithful, and they will be good to go. Anyway, we'll be needing to make some of those. I don't have gems for it. We'll probably... I think I have somebody casting Ritual of Returning over here. No, not here. I think over here. I wonder if I have somebody else that could maybe do it. I don't have any Astral Randoms. The Astral Randoms are kind of the easiest. The other guys I can do, I just have to put a... Oh, I have a booster. Let's sort this out real quick. Let's put another Trapahedron right over here. We'll put it on this guy. He's going to have to... Ritual of Returning, I think, is 3 gems, so I'm going to have to alchemize some. Right now I've been alchemizing Death if I've needed it. I think we'll do again. And we'll do Ritual of Returning. You know, it's kind of expensive, but if it saves the Trapahedron, we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in real good shape. And later, once the heart, like the taint builds up, we might switch casters and just take the gear. I don't have the gear all made, which we need to do. But anyway, the other thing we're doing, and this is something kind of funny. I don't think I've mentioned it to you yet, but I was talking with Sablecat, and I had this idea. With our Bless, which normally seems like shit, what if we just crank out Bows of War? And then all of our little cultists, who normally are not going to be very useful in combat, they're going to be little, you know, spamming arrows of death at everyone. It seems pretty cool to me. And I think our guys live a long time. What's the age on these? 500? Yeah, so especially once we get Regen up, Decay's not really going to bother us. But it's probably going to bother them. We're very close to Enchantment 8, too. So... Anyway, that's what's happening. Very possible we lose a big fight. The turn's actually going to roll super soon. The other thing I want to just talk about here before we go is the grand strategy. So we're still going to go... for a while, I was considering just relinquishing, maybe being underwater only at Blandos, which if I did that, I would make peace with both these guys. If I was underwater only, they would make peace with me. But I want to have the Broken Tower, and to have the Broken Tower, I have to fight Tianqi. And if I fight Tianqi, I have to fight Jotunheim, which is not ideal. But am I really going? How long is it going to take me to pull these armies out and be useful elsewhere? Whether I hold the other fronts is going to be independent of this. And I think what I have over here with the tech advantage I have, there's a good chance it's strong enough to conquer this whole planet. With a bit of reinforcing, like this fort's coming out this turn, and we're building a lab and a temple. So anyway, with the mages that are going to be coming out, and the armies we already have committed, and maybe 1 or 2 more armies, maybe 1 more army, I think we can take all of Blandos. And if we can do that, we're going to be very, very happy. Very, very happy. And that will allow me, if I can take Blandos, the problem taking it is, of course, it gives me more land territory that makes me a more justifiable target to a land nation, which is not great. But by the time a land nation gets around to attacking us and stuff, we'll have Master and Slave, I think. And at that point, they're just going to be donating armies to me. So we'll see. I just feel very strong right now. I feel very, very strong. I mean, not only by strong, I don't just mean I'm in a good position. Like, I feel ready to fight. Like, I'm not waiting for that much. But back to the grand strategy. So grand strategy, we're going to try to get Blandos. If I lose this battle on Jotunheim's capital, like if I get crushed here, or if I have some hugely Pyrrhic victory, I will start negotiating again with Tien. And I will probably say, like... I don't know. I can probably negotiate peace. If I lose this army, we'll negotiate peace. And it's going to involve me giving this up, which sucks. At least, though, we're getting 1 conjurer out. And this conjurer, I'm actually going to give a Ring of Water Breathing and a Ring of Returning. And we're going to send him off to fight something, probably this. And he will get smacked in the face and get sent home. And that will be perfect. That will be just perfect for us. Yeah, and then we can pull the Ring of Returning off, but don't take the Ring of Water Breathing, and then we can send him and he can start blood hunting here, start breaking us into blood. Ideally, I get a few more. My negotiations with Tianqi can also be, hey, I'm going to get a Palisade up. Let me get 4 of these guys, and then you can have it. And I think he'll be okay with it. But that is a backup plan if Jotunheim successfully holds, which I don't think he will, but I have been outplayed by this player before. So we'll see. It's hard to know. It's hard to know. He's fighting a really uphill battle in terms of technology. Other part of the master plan is the force that Pelagia has had to take their cap, the cap of Dom Daniel. They've taken it, but now Pelagia has left. They were going to give it to Atlantis, but Dom Daniel's like, no. And so they've come and taken back their gosh darn capital, which is pretty cool, though they appear to be getting their ass kicked also a little bit by Marverni at the moment, though they still have some pretty good coastal stuff. Anyway, yeah, they're probably going to get their cap back, which is good because it just means Pelagia was distracted for a while. It's bad because it means Pelagia is about to come fight me. So Pelagia is going to come and move over here. And this is his jump off point. Now the thing is, he could attack from here onto my throne up this way. But doing so would basically require that, well, it would require he not use his knights. He can only use the land stuff, which is would probably not be the preferable way for Pelagia to engage. So I think what Pelagia is going to do is take this army and march down here. And that means this one specific province right here on the jellyfish is what my whole defensive efforts are going to have to focus on. And probably... Why is that guy? Oh, he's insane. I was like, why is he researching? Probably I should go ahead and move. Okay, this guy's patrolling. I think oh wait, these are magic. It's gonna switch who was patrolling with what. So I think this guy's patrolling here with this. I think this guy's gonna move over here. And this is going to be the forest that will come and defend this. I feel very confident I can hold this from Pelagia. We have a bunch of... Do we have water elemental spammers? Not really. Okay, let's move these guys up. See, we're figuring out all sorts of things. Let's get some water elemental people in place, because attack orders can be issued next turn. Go ahead and move these guys over here. So we'll have a big mage corps set up and ready to go. One thing I need to remember is I'm going to try to avoid sending elder signs out on people that are fighting. If they're fighting, there's a chance they die. And hopefully if they're fighting, they're not fighting too much in my dominion. But that's going to be a small little detail we try to manage. Anyway, but next turn we'll be set up to defend this. And it will probably look lightly defended, and maybe Pelagia thinks and then they just attack me and we kill their whole army. Now, part of the grand plan involves killing Pelagia. I have tried very hard to get Relay to agree to attack Pelagia with me. They've been very hesitant. They're worried primarily about Atlantis attacking them. And Atlantis won't sign up to any strong peace. So we'll have to see. Their armies are a little out of position for that. I don't even know where they would go exactly. We have a non-aggression pact too. I actually probably need to confirm that because he's got the huge-ass army right here. I'm going to send Megu a note and make sure we still have it because he's got a big fucking army. Though this is also the jump-off point to over here. Well, we do have it. I trust him. And he hasn't canceled. I'll just read through our messages again. Anyway, but if I attack and kill Pelagia, I'd like his help in doing so. Because the thing is, if I eat all of Pelagia, then I'm going to have to kill my tentacle. Because, I mean, I don't know. I don't have to, actually. If I eat all this, I mean, they could attack me, but they'd be so weak compared to me. I don't think it would work. So I don't know. I think like a cool game state. I don't exactly want more heat too. If I get too much bigger, people are going to start suiciding into me. It's already kind of starting. Like these guys are not starting a war they're confident. So we'll see. But my plan was maybe I take this stuff over here and they get all this. But I would, if they're going to go after the core land of Pelagia, they'd have to fight a lot of the Pelagian stuff. It wouldn't be free. And I was going to say, wait till I kill a huge army, and then you can make your move, like Injure Nap or whatever. So I don't know, I'm totally willing to do the big player thing of like, do the first fighting, and then have the, a smaller player come in and do vulturing or co-fighting after a big blow has been dealt. But we'll see. I don't know how this is going to play out. The thing is, the timing for this is very important. Invading underwater forts is like one of the most cancerous things in the game. So one of the things I want to do is have Enter the Void. And Enter the Void is going to, I don't know, break the game is the right word, but it's going to be dominant underwater. It's going to mean water elementals can suck it because only a fourth of their hits are gonna hit. It's going to mean I can walk through walls, which means the normal underwater cancer of the fort wall choke point being, clogged up by some garbage while you get eaten by shark attack is not going to happen. It's also going to mean when I get Enchantment 8, Alt 8, I'm going to have Will of Fates. Now, it's going to be a lot of Astral Gems every fight to get Will of Fates and Enter the Void up. But we're going to just absolutely crush people with this. And by people, I mean Pelagia. And we're close. I haven't done the math, but this turn will be done with Alt 6. And then we're going to be, I think next turn will be done with Alt 7, which is already going to mean Mass Protection and Fog Warriors, which, by the way, will also have Underwater, and which, by the way, are also fucking awesome against everything Pelagia has. Pelagia didn't take magic weapons because Pelagia has a unit, this unit right here, which has a built-in magic weapon. They're Alicorn. But you know what? If you're using this against Meteorite Guard that have really good armor and they have mass protection buff on them, this won't go through protection, which means it won't pop Mistform, which means I'm going to have Mistform and Body Ethereal against all of your Bronze Spear stuff. They'll be rendered absolutely useless. Water Elementals also will not do diddly because I'm going to be Ethereal so they don't hit, and the Mistform. So I think I think I'm just going to go eat Pelagia is what's going to happen. Which is going to be so satisfying because this player was loving, when everybody declared war and was like ending their nap, he was loving it. Shit talking, shit eating grin. You know, some people do it as a necessity. Oh, we have to coalition, we have to 3v1. Oh, some people don't want to play Dominions without it. This guy never leaves home without his coalition. So, doesn't want to do anything alone. And I will absolutely savor killing him 1v1. The only reason I wanted Relay was not really for their help. I just didn't want to have to eat all this land. But if I eat the water system of this world, then I think I basically win the game. But the problem is, as soon as I do that, people start doing suicidal shit. So I kind of am not ready for that yet. Like, I don't have my Dominion spread. I don't have all the research I need. I don't have my Void economy going yet. So I don't know. We'll see. It's not going to be ideal, picture perfect, how we thought it would be, but it's going to be something. Okay, so that's phase 1 of the master plan. Phase 2, or the other part, is Arythea is going to attack me. Now, one thing I want to show you, and I need to show you, you'll excuse me, you have to click all these off. I've done this so many times. I wish to God there was a button to do this for me. But I want to just show you the two people. There's a bunch of people who ended their nap. We talked about that last time, but the two that matter are Pelagia and Arythea, and to a smaller degree, to a very much smaller degree, I think, Eru. And okay, where's Pelagia? Pelagia. Okay, so here's the army size graphs. So Arythea has some kind of army size. Pelagia, they took a hit. I don't even know where this was, but they got spanked here a turn ago. Yeah, Arythea, like, their army sizes together don't add up to mine. Tech advantage, these guys have a tech advantage on me, but I have a massive tech advantage on Pelagia. I'm going to just mop the goddamn floor with him. And Arythea, how is he going to invade me with just this much army? All I have to do is repel one army attack. And if I do that, then he can't invade me. Now, I'd like to invade Arythea, but I have struggled to piece together who will help. And it doesn't make sense. So this is one of my launching off points. This attacks up here, and I've got a huge-ass army here. With the proper research, I could come kill him underwater. Almost no doubt about it. Almost no doubt about it. But I probably also need Alt 8. But, okay, let's say I do that, but then what? You know, I attack here and here, I guess? I invade over this way? I'm not sure. The other place I can attack is here. Right? And here I would attack from this and have to go underwater. This one would be a little tricky. I need to position an army to be in place for this, but there's two ways to look at it. One way is I need to defend this province and this province. All right, and if I do that, we're good to go. The other way to look at it is I can attack here and here. And my plan is we're going to go on the defensive until we hit Alt 8, and then we're probably going to attack. What's interesting is Niflheim has apparently reached peace with Arythea. So Arythea is going to be committing a big force. He's going to get, I think, now he has a tech advantage. So he could potentially have, you know, some artifact which gives Temper Flesh to all his dudes. He could have Alt 9, maybe. I don't think he has Alt 9 by the time we'll fight, but he could. You know, like, so he could have Alt 9, so he's going to be doing Army of Gold. Or he could be doing Weapons of Sharpness or something. The thing is, I'm pretty sure we're going to have Mass Protection, Fog Warrior, Body Ethereal, like 40 fucking water elementals with that, backed up by a few hundred meteorite guard. I don't think his tech advantage is going to matter. I just don't think it will. I mean, he has Pearl Guard or something who have magic weapons, so that will be a boon for him. And we're going to have Protection of the Void up. I think he's in for a world of hurt. The other problem that I need to think about when I attack is when I attack, I will be not only lowering my research, which is totally fine, but I'll potentially, and this is the thing I have to worry about, I don't want to leave a hole in my armor. Like if I move out to attack Pelagia, I don't want to not have anything up here to defend the jellyfish. Because the jellyfish is really important. Which is fine. We have a ton of stuff over here, guys. So we'll just have to move this around. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that is mostly it. We're also going to have to prepare, I guess the other thing worth mentioning is we're going to have to prepare for some elf raiding, which will not be happening this turn, but next. So next turn we'll send in some elf raiding preparations, and we'll see how the elves do. We'll probably send, oh no, this guy's holding up a global, so we can't send him out. Actually, it would not be a horrible idea to go ahead and summon another one of these. It's expensive, but if it kills a bunch of elves, could be pretty nice, because I think my guys have magic leadership, yeah. So I can summon a bunch of fire elementals and then peace out. Yeah. Well, we need to put up a global. We're not going to waste fire. So we'll see. We'll be mobilizing these guys to set up anti-elf defenses, probably like little soul slay things. You know, he'll probably have, I don't know, maybe he has 100 elves. The thing is, I have to be careful how much I commit to defending, because this isn't worth much. This whole thing is, there's no gems here. I've site searched it pretty well. There's like a nature gem and an astral, 2 pearls. I don't want him taking this. I have to mobilize, I think, an army. What are you guys doing here? What I think we're going to do, and maybe what I need to go ahead and do now, this guy, I think I need to take these dudes, put them on this guy. These have to stay here. Oh, these would actually be really good dudes to guard commander. So, yeah, we're going to take these guys and we're going to move them up. And these are going to be part of my anti-elf squad, which I just love even saying anti-elf. We got tramplers too. We got a bunch of things which are going to be pretty good against elves. These guys have pretty high attack score. Okay, we're capped out on magic beings. So I'm going to put these guys up, fill this up with these guys. And we're going to bring the rest of the meteorite guard. And this will probably be like a low commitment army that I run around with some astral mages to buff. This is too much of a commitment to, you know, I need to bring, there's some logistic stuff I did not do this turn I need to do. We're running out of time. I think the hour warning has gone off for the turn too. So what I need to do is take all these humies, find a good leader for them. Like, God, none of these guys, oh, these guys can lead, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll take these guys, we'll give him this. And we're just going to go refill our underwater bank of dreamers. We don't want to run out. Okay. And we'll have this guy, I don't know, move. He actually might be useful as an anti-elf. But we'll send these guys out with something. Maybe these guys doing group of, maybe this guy with like earth elementals and then some slaves, or I don't even know. Ideally I would send this guy out, but he's empowered. So we'll see. I mean, honestly, like this is the main thing I have to hold right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold this. We'll have to see. Guys, I just don't know. But anyway, I think that's good enough for now. Next turn will be the turn of horror, basically, as I have to prepare for all the attacks. So see you guys next time. Peace.